No. Hey, students in the Automotive program at Morse High School have a very unique, special opportunity to work on a car that's going to Vegas.
Yes, it's going to be displayed at the Concours Elegance, and Diane Tuazon is live at the school with more details on the project, and we can see the amazing work. How did it start out, Diane?
Well, first of all, this is the original, might I add. 1913, the paint. I know it looks really nice. They polished it and buffered it out, but it's the original paint, I was told. And this car was donated to San Diego Automotive Museum. My good friend here, Lenny. Hello. Good morning. Thanks.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So you were talking about how this initially came to Automotive Museum essentially in boxes, right?
Pretty much. I mean, it wasn't anywhere near this. The rats had gotten to it. The paint was all faded, and the motor didn't work. We had to figure out how to do that. I mean, this is old technology. The guys at the shop brought out the old manual and actually taught themselves how to do it and get this car running and driving. And we're excited that we'll be taking it to Las Vegas Concours on Friday.
Now, the students that involved in this project, their job was to pinstripe the car. If you look at the close details here that Lenny was pointing out, that this was the original pinstripe. They had to retrace the parts that were kind of cracked or misplaced. But the purpose of this was to teach the students about the automotive industry, right? And also gives them an opportunity to take apart a car, work on a car, especially a classic one that's going to be judged in one of the most popular Concours Elegance headed out to Vegas. Can you talk about the process of pinstriping? It's so detailed.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a fine art, right? And so if you look at the lines, they were all broken before, and they've been able to go through and fine touch it to make it look like the original paint from 1913, because that is the original pinstriping, other than where we've touched it up. And again, the kids get to install the rooftop that's coming in today or tomorrow, and they're taking lessons on how to buff and polish and everything, get this thing ready, and then they've got projects that they go and practice on before they can actually get onto the 13 Cadillac. But we have had students that have had hands-on, and we'll get credit for it at the museum when we bring it to the museum after the concourse.
How long does this project, this in particular, how long did it take for the students to work on the pinstripe?
The pinstripe was about a day or two. I mean, because it could have gone faster, but the lessons, you slow it down to teach them. Someone that's a good kid that's probably done it, you're probably doing it in about an hour. But we're taking our time and being meticulous and allowing the kids the opportunity to learn. It's been great. This is what the vocational education program is all about, is giving the kids real-world experience on cars that aren't the same ones in the auto shop where they put the same dent in, they take the same scratch, and they got to do the same thing over and over again. This is actually something brand new where they're learning, and they get to see the fruits of their labor when it's all done.
And how neat is that you were mentioning this is the first time that these students are taking part, and also with you guys as well, it's San Diego Automotive, taking part in the Las Vegas Concours Elegance.
Yeah, and unfortunately for us, we can't take any of the kids with us, but the program is hopefully the next project that we do, the kids will go with us to show it off, because we want them to be a part of the process all the way to the end. And the fun part of the experience is letting somebody come and enjoy the car and see what other people's reactions are to it. So we'll take some video of it and have the kids probably, with Zoom and everything, you can get them in there. But we're going to have a little get-together for them at the San Diego Automotive Museum when this actually goes to the public viewing.
I mean, for a first-time participation, this is pretty impressive. 1913 classic Cadillac. You'd mentioned that the interesting note here with this particular model is that it's the electric start, right? The first one that Cadillac made of this year?
Yes, this is the first year that the electric starter was introduced onto cars. So this is the first model for that.
I mean, how cool is it to have students look at a car that's not well before they were born, right? I mean, you probably see a lot of these classic cars come and play, but when you talk about the students and taking part in actually getting their hands, on these cars and working on them, the importance of why you guys at San Diego Automotive Museum take part with the schools so that you can provide those opportunities for students so that they are better prepared to enter into the automotive industry. And that's a huge part of this program.
Absolutely. It's one thing to have, adults do this, volunteers do this, and our staff do this. There's not really emotional attachment to it. But watching these kids and really seeing them, one, when the light bulb goes off, and they're like, oh, I get it now. And it's having wet sanding and polishing, or taking the motor apart and things like that. It's that aha moment where you go, this car is now very special. I mean, it's a special car in its own right, but the story behind it, and when it's at the museum, the story we're going to tell is that the kids got this together. I mean, this was a learning tool for them. And we hope to bring other cars. This is just the first of many, we hope. We have a great relationship with San Diego Unified, and we're trying to forge a good partnership that this can continue. This will be something that we can do not only here at Morse, but the other 4 auto shops that they have.
You mentioned earlier that, I mean, we all know that these Concours d'Elegance car shows, there's tough judgment, right? But do you guys prepare for anything for this sort of magnitude where, like, you have maybe prejudgment going on?
Yeah. So we know a judge or two that have come in.
Okay, good.
We're not going into. We have no expectations of winning best in class. That would be absolutely phenomenal if we could. But unfortunately, there are still some dings and things in there that, you know, a 109-year-old car is going to have on it. But it's all about just having a good showing, having it represent not only the San Diego Automotive Museum, but the vocational education program that we're putting together. We're going to show well. We had a judge come in and say, hey, take care of a few things. And the kids actually were like, cool, we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
And it's going to show very well.
Good. It's nice to have that little one last look, right? Fine-tuning before it sends it off to Las Vegas. The kids just started to roll up here, so they're going to start their class, and then I was told they're going to work on the car, right, and work on the convertible top.
Yeah, I don't know if the top's in yet. There is a project of theirs to do today or tomorrow. But yeah, they're all checked in and have attendance done. We'll get them out here doing some stuff.
Perfect. We'll talk to some of those students coming up at the next hour there. Guys, this is a cool car. 1913.
Is it street legal? Can it go out on the street? She probably can't hear us. Sorry.
Aw, what a bummer. So many questions, right?
And that it has that little airbag horn. I want to
Hear what it sounds
Yeah.
like? I don't know if Lenny will let us do that.
Probably not. Hey.